Yeah, welcome to another episode of Business Party Podcast. On this wonderful Wednesday, we got a decent little bit of shit to talk about. Obviously, 3 different fucking things in the title, and we have a bunch more to talk about. But besides that, how are you guys doing? Welcome to your own show.
Welcome to Wednesday, kid.
Welcome to your own show. How you doing?
Doing
Oh,
fantastic.
man.
Fantastic. I was a little upset, as we all
Yeah.
know.
Yeah,
I
because dude,
came
you
in
just
hot.
stop fucking with TikTok. I mean, I can go on there to
know.
do funny stuff and whatever else, but it's not fun to try to go on there and even do lives in it because it's so dumb.
I know. It's just
Yeah.
I'm fucking around with the TikTok studio, under Business Party Davey, and playing some Call of Duty, and it gives you the option to choose what you want, because now you can actually you can host TikTok boxes from the studio. So I was hosting boxes a couple days ago, and like they do it on your phone or tablet, whatever. Then you host boxes, and I was doing that. Had a couple people in the boxes, and we were hanging out and stuff like that and talking. And you can just go and you get different formats like OBS, and so I was doing that, and then today I was just playing Call of Duty. So I put the thing where it says gaming, then it asks you what game you're playing, and you put Call of Duty. So, and then it asks you if you want, is this for under 18? And you put no, for mature audiences only. Okay. So as I'm playing, I get hit with this warning that says that it's not for children under 18. And I went, no fucking shit. I said I don't want anybody under 18 in the studio. Like, I don't want it. Don't allow them on. And so, but what happens with that is now you get kicked off of the FYP page. So nobody from the FYP will come in and see you playing. Nobody will come in from, the only way people mainly find you is if they're on their following page, or if they go look for you, or it tells you that you're live. So it's one of those things where, and then you scroll through TikTok, and every 7 or 8 videos is a ad for fucking Blue Chew. Now, same thing with Facebook. Facebook's the same thing. Have you noticed that on Facebook, if you go into Facebook Marketplace, you'll just see ads for women? Oh, check this out. Check out Bianca's profile. Check out Natalie's profile. And it's like, what the fuck are we like? I can't post that I'm voting for Trump, or the reasons why I should vote for Trump, or that COVID is garbage and bullshit nonsense. I can't do that, but I could check out Bianca's ass cheeks. That's fine.
Oh yeah.
Like,
I haven't noticed that. I've just noticed a lot more Spanish commercials.
Oh my god, I hate that when I'm listening to
Through
a
Hulu.
podcast and out of nowhere it's like somebody else go to. I'm like, what the fuck is that? I have no idea what you're saying right now.
it's enraging, and it's like, I didn't press 2. What the fuck is this?
Yeah, I didn't.
I know. I didn't press dose.
I did not press dose. What?
I'm sorry, and I'm Puerto Rican, so you can all eat my ass. I'm Puerto Rican, and I just don't. When you go to another country, do they really go out of their way for English unless they learned it and know it? No, it is what it is. Like, we're in America. If there's Spanish subtitles, fine. There's Spanish subtitles, but now every other commercial.
Well, hold on. See, and here's the thing: I can understand maybe on regular radio, just like bandwidth shit. Blah blah blah. I'm getting this on Spotify, homie. Like in the middle of podcasts that I'm listening to, it's out. I'm like,
yeah, this is like on Hulu. Like on Hulu, they're actual TV commercials, and I'm like, I don't want a Jeep Cherokee, but thanks.
Yeah.
Don't say what I got, a Jeep Cherokee.
Yeah.
Me and Amanda were watching. What is it? Amanda has an On TV, I think it's called, the ONN TV.
Yeah.
And they were when it goes to the screensaver, it's now the screensaver's in Spanish. We're scrolling through, and she goes, I haven't had that until you moved in.
That's hilarious.
I was like, they're fucking watching us. What the fuck is going on here, folks?
Oh man.
She's gonna be like, don't bring that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
Owen Schwer tweeted a picture, and he's like, if you're in Austin, they give you the I vote stickers in Spanish. And it was a sticker that I voted in Spanish.
Oh, jeez.
You're not supposed to. God damn
Yeah,
it.
right.
But I think it was a joke. I'm not 100% sure because it sounds like a joke. If it's not, then
I mean, it would be kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie, but
if it was a joke, that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
By the way, can we start with a funny video today?
Yes,
Because
please.
this
Let's do that.
video has made me laugh since.
This is fucking hilarious. Yes.
This is my favorite video.
All right, y'all. Here's going to be a big example about why the ATF should not exist.
And Chris is here. He's one of our leading experts.
Chris, experienced law enforcement investigation professional, TS/SCI security clearance. I'm a versatile professional with more than 20 years of accomplishments in law enforcement, encompassing technical aspects of security administrative functions, including investigation, special, whatever.
But you're gonna find out what functions this motherfucker does not know about.
This guy is supposed to be the be-all end-all at the ATF.
Oh, this is.
I love it. I love it.
So that's the frame.
Hold on, is that the guy? Pause it real quick.
Yeah.
That guy has not updated his fucking profile picture in 30 years.
Right, which I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of funny you say that. Kevin Sorbo, you're on our side, but update your profile pic, bro. That's from like fucking.
Dude,
come on.
This is false advertising.
Catfishing motherfuckers out here.
This is why when you put up a profile online, they don't fucking believe you. That's not you. Yes,
Right.
it is. No,
this is why I have trust issues. Goddamn.
This is why I don't use LinkedIn to find a date. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Come on, Mama.
He can't even get the fucking slide.
My nigga. No! Shit!
By
And
the
he's
way,
lucky it wasn't loaded right there.
did you heard that, right?
Yeah.
You heard that.
Yes.
Didn't even check nothing.
Didn't
Just
check a shit.
pulled the trigger.
Yeah.
Just pulled
Fucking
the trigger.
pulled it back, pulled the trigger, and then pulled it back again. That's when he went to right there. I was like, oh my God. Like, whoa. Okay.
Let's hear
Brave.
that one more time. This, if you
Do it,
don't know
yeah.
anything about firearms, folks, this is step one of how how you should never ever handle a firearm.
And I guarantee you, and that's why I said the ATF should not exist. I guarantee you 90%, okay, maybe 85. I'll give them a little slack. Maybe 85% of the motherfuckers that work in the ATF are at least this bad with every gun, probably not knowing even AR, nothing.
Steamer. My nigga.
No!
That's look at that.
Oh, right there.
Look
And
at
it's
that.
in his hand. That is crippling. If that would have went off, that is devastation.
Hi, can
If
we just go back to his profile picture? Because I can't.
Yeah, dude.
That's not you, bro.
No, not anymore. No. You are a shell of your former self, sir.
Oh my God.
Dude,
But-
he would have fucking blew his hand right the fuck
Yeah.
off.
Look, you never, folks. Once again, if you don't know how to handle a firearm, this is what you don't do. Number one, while you're fiddling with your firearm, you do not pull your finger on the trigger
Not at all.
at all. You don't know who's standing right here.
Exactly. Yeah.
Shit!
And he just,
Holy the fuck! Go touch his dick!
He does it again. I didn't even notice this the first time.
yeah, he
Oh
did
my
it again.
God, he did it again. Oh, I just got anxiety. Holy
Ooh.
shit, I just get anxiety. The dude, oh my God. Oh my God. Yo,
Right. And that
look,
shit still gives
look,
me anxiety. And
look.
I have guns like out just normally kind of sometimes. And that shit gives me anxiety too, because he twice now fucking could have blew his fucking hand off and whoever's face off that was right next to him. We don't even know if there's somebody there or not.
Dude, he didn't even check to see if
No.
it was loaded.
No.
He just grabbed another one. Step one, always keep your finger off the trigger. Step two, always treat it like it's loaded. This dude just grabbed it off the fucking table.
Yeah.
And it was it's
Uh,
Fuck! Go touch his dick!
Right there, he just pulled
And
the
then
trigger.
they could buy the aftermarket parts and simply attach that on.
Simply.
And to buy those parts,
Firearms parts alone, right? Then it's not a frame or receiver.
Parts are not regulated.
And they're not regulated. Under the law, we're not allowed to do that.
you would like to do that?
That's up to Congress to determine. But I mean, what we did is we tried to work with what the law that Congress gave us and take the receiver. And Chris is here. He's one of our
Jesus Christ. Fucking pulled the slide back, pulled the trigger on both guns, then can't even fucking put the slide on the other one where he said simply should go. Fucking Jesus, dude. Like, why are you in there for real? Why are
it's and these once again, these are the people who will show up at your door if you don't have the right forms or don't, but they'll let a certain president's son just get away with whatever they want.
Well, here's the thing is like, how can anyone be in the ATF if like you should have to pass some sort of like a test to have some knowledge of a firearm, period. Like, what is a fucking trigger? What's a slide? What's a magazine? What's a sear? Like, if you don't even know what a sear is,
they do. They learn what a trigger is. It's their microaggressions, not using the right pronouns,
Correct.
They have to find their safe spaces and everything.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's true.
Speaking of trigger and safe spaces, I can't help but notice now more and more of these trigger warnings on videos. I really
geez, really?
I told you.
It is getting so bad. Like literally, I was watching a video about a guy who might have taken himself out, might have not taken himself, some Canadian dude who was on the progressive left in Canada and was taking all he did was he took somebody who's died work and tried to make it like his own and put out a video about it. And this dude supposedly offed himself and everybody was mad. It was a controversy because it was certain people of a certain minority that he was taking this from. And it was like, dude, and this guy offed himself, which I'm going to hold my judgments of it. He should have. But, these people are just going insane with it. And it's like, trigger warning. He may have SA'd. He may have now SH. You can't say sexually harassed.
Oh, no. You can't say sexually harassed. You can't say sexual assault. You can't say rape. You can't say pedophilia. You can't say a lot of stuff. You can't say suicide. What else can't you say?
That shit's thought control. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's all it is.
You can't say murdered.
Jim Norton called this years ago. Jim Norton called it about 15 years ago. He said that they were going to start thought policing everybody, and you do. They do. They are. They're thought policing everybody, and we're going toward Demolition Man, where you're going to soon get fined. I mean, look at it. They're trying to put you in jail for misgendering somebody.
I'm about to be cussing up a storm because fuck them seashells. I want the paper so I can still wipe right.
Listen, I mean, a bidet is great and all, but sometimes you got to wipe first.
I mean, to be honest,
you got to mud.
If our future is really like Demolition Man as Taco Bell, you ain't got to wipe much. It's just gonna be flying out anyway. So I mean, let's be honest.
Has it ever been? Where'd you go?
What?
Your screen
camera just went black. You talked about the 3 seashells. They were pink. They're like, bye, Scott.
Dude, and I was gonna ask him, you ever have this shit so bad it looks like a crayon, like a black crayon just exploded in the toilet, and you're trying to wipe, and it just doesn't come off. It's just
oh my God.
What?
That's more information that everyone would want to know about.
There is sometimes where you just go to wipe and it just doesn't stop.
What the fuck, man?
See what happens when you talk about the 3 seashells?
Yeah, I know.
Sacred shells of sea to sea.
But yeah,
my God.
I don't know, man. We're headed towards a weird. I mean, not headed towards, but we're in a weird time.
Yeah.
I mean,
well,
Nikki
Haley, now
Haley.
they want people to eat each other, and it's gonna be fine.
Right. Soylent Green.
Green.
I mean, I don't have the video, but I know.
Oh.
What was it?
Soylent Green is paper.
Well, okay. I actually how many times did I talk to you and Jack about this, Scott?
What?
About what? So, okay. Here we go. I just need to bring this up because they've said it. And so back in 2019, Washington State became the first state to legalize human composting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now this is an actual
literal.
movement.
That's like literal Soylent Green, because that's like,
yeah.
Now, if you're going to be using humans for compost, then your food starts having human in it. So, I mean,
well, I mean, they've been giving the cows and all the meat that we eat. They've been giving them the fucking injection since COVID.
Right. Which, I mean, when it comes down to like, there has been a big period of time where I'm sure a lot of people were buried without fucking caskets, which I don't see why people bury themselves with caskets. But it's like, once you become part of the earth, you become part of the earth. But now you're like taking humans and composting them. That is just creepy. Why don't it's just weird.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah,
I don't see how people don't have a problem with it. I don't know.
Listen, just be cremated.
Yeah.
Well, there's the whole movement around this thing. I don't, for the life of me, cannot remember what the movement is called. I'll find it. But it's I think now it's legal in like 13 states. And some people, like some places are like, oh, your loved one can become a tree. And so they like put a seed of a tree with the and then they use and they become a tree, whether or not
and they become a tree.
And they become a tree. So I don't know. There's just weird stuff like that. And then my brain has gone through this weird thing. So did you see Thomas Massey? He had talked, I think the other day about how the House, he wants the House to vote on stopping the transgenic edible plant vaccines.
What?
And how it's
now the plants are transgendered. What the fuck?
Okay, Hunt, let me play this video.
When you said the transiting plants,
I know. I thought this at first. I was like, "Wait, what?" And then I listened to what he was saying, and I was
"What
like,
kind of science fiction movie are we talking about?"
The plants crave Brondo.
Desk. The clerk would designate the amendment.
Amendment number 86, printed in Part F of House Report
I don't like
number
this fucking lady's nasally voice.
Offered by Mr. Massey of Kentucky.
Pursuant to House Resolution 723, the gentleman from Kentucky, Mr. Massey, and a member opposed, each will control 5 minutes. The chair recognizes the gentleman from Kentucky.
Mr. Chairman, I rise in support of my amendment, which states that none of the funds made available by this act may be used to fund any grant related to any transgenic edible vaccine. Does the term transgenic edible vaccine sound far-fetched? Well, it's not. We're funding it. In fact, scientists from the University of California, Riverside, funded with your taxpayer dollars, have been studying whether they can turn edible plants, such as lettuce and spinach, into mRNA vaccine factories, thereby creating a transgenic edible vaccine. One associate professor at UCR explained that ideally a single plant.
Well,
do you not remember that they gave him money to fucking figure out if Thanos' snap could do it in college? Does this
I mean, and like chimeras are real. Like they grow human ears on the backs of freaking
rats.
Yeah.
This is so like, how would it? I just don't get how anybody thinks that would be okay. Like doing that with food and shit. That's so ridiculous.
Well, so I do want me to play the rest of this because it is 4 minutes long. Like we don't have to. Okay, all right.
No, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, all right.
Plant would produce enough mRNA to vaccinate a single person. We are testing this approach with spinach and lettuce and have long-term goals of people growing it in their own gardens. Farmers could also eventually grow entire fields of it. I don't think this is a good idea. No. I don't think the American people should be funding this. And I think And I would hope that we've learned something from the COVID experience with SARS-CoV-2, that some of our science projects aren't the best ideas. And with that, I reserve.
Gentleman from Kentucky is recognized.
Well, my colleague on the other side of the aisle talks about keeping prices low. I think there's more to it than that for the American people. And he also speaks as if these vaccines, these transgenic edible plant vaccines, are only used for livestock. Well, in fact, they have been used for livestock. I'll get to that in a second. But they're also being used for people. That is the intended outcome of many of these programs that we are funding with money from the USDA. What could possibly go wrong with this research? Well, we found out a few years ago when a biotech company was experimenting, growing in corn a vaccine to keep pigs from getting diarrhea. What happened? Well, the next year where the corn was grown, the prior year, the corn came up and it got commingled with soybeans that were being grown there. It contaminated 500 bushels of soybeans, which were then commingled with 500,000 bushels of soybeans. And those all had to be recalled and destroyed. Luckily, they caught it. Do we want humans eating vaccines that were grown in corn meant to stop?
That is fucking ridiculous.
Oh, well, it's
Wow.
my computer is dying on me. So there you go. Yeah.
It's
So how does anybody think that is okay in any way, shape, or form? Like doing stuff like that with our food that we're going to be putting into our fucking body and like it's so ridiculous.
human composting, already legal in 6 states, could help the planet. Young people are getting to teach us to die. What? Listen, I don't fucking want a young person to teach me to do one fucking
told
thing.
you. I used to talk to Jack and Scott about this at least once a quarter.
This young person can get fucked.
Years
That's what
ago.
they can do. Like,
I don't even want a young person to teach me how to use my phone, let alone how to fucking die.
Exactly. Like Tom Segura fucking said, like when you're old, you don't want more people. Like they meet Steve, fuck Steve. Get the fuck out of here. Like God, fuck you. You're not gonna teach all this shit. You're not gonna be thinking that people are gonna die better and you can use them for compost. Get fucked. That's ridiculous. It's so crazy.
And especially
I think that it's so yeah. So the company, I think it's called what is it? Return Home.
Is the MAID program in Canada like here's the bodies for your compost? Because every time we're like, hey, have you considered dying? And then somebody dies and we give them to you and you compost them. Like,
of course, it's fucking Seattle.
Oh, yeah, where the place
when Michelle
is at.
Staff dies,
area.
She's going to turn into dirt. No shit, it's called you turn into worm food.
Turn into dirt.
The 31-year-old, 31. She's at 31. She's thinking about death. Does that tell you that we're in a bad place right now?
Nihilism runs deep, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
The 31-year-old is inclined to return home a Seattle area human composting facility. It is futuristic listening vessels full of organic material like straw, alfalfa, and sawdust can turn human bodies back into soil by mimicking, not actual, mimicking natural decomposition process. The company says Staff is very much alive and plans to be for a long time. No, she doesn't. If she's thinking about her fucking funeral already, she signed up for the company's. Now, let me ask you a question. You sign up for this company, right? What you don't think they're gonna have you accidentally pass away anytime soon? Who wants to guess the over-under of 10 years that Michelle is alive? You think Michelle sees 41?
Considering their payment plans, you don't know if it's actually advantageous for them to stay alive longer and they just keep the money.
You might be right. The reason burial cremations carry very high environmental burials and cremation. Listen, if you're being fucking cremated, that's like when they tell you, oh, it costs a lot more to kill a person on death row than it does. Yeah, well, that's because they have 25 years of appeals before it happens. How about we just do the justice system correctly instead of just trying to fucking put people away for X amount for forever.
Mm-hmm.
burials require embalming bodies and toxic solution, plus the infinite use of land and cremation results. It's not. Every 100 years they dig up the bodies, and the only reason why they really do it is because they get a tax break. If you bury somebody on your land, it's technically a fucking what is it?
A cemetery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they use it as a tax break, so they don't pay taxes on it. That's why they're giant land. It's a lot of land.
Right.
I get how I can see how this could be like a good, like if you're doing it as in like, okay, you return to the earth, but it's in like a specific place. So things like food that actual humans are going to consume.
Then again, I mean,
does it get but yeah, it's the whole Soylent Green thing. I can't get over it. Like, has anybody ever watched CSI? You know what happens with a dead body if you don't do anything to it? It bloats up and it's bad. Gross.
Listen, we
like
turn into
toxic microorganisms. This is how people died of Black Plague shit.
Right.
Like,
true.
You know, like ding ding, bring out your dead. Like,
right.
I'm not dead yet.
Yeah.
I'm not dead yet.
Speaking of I'm not dead yet, she sure did die. Nikki Haley is motherfucking gone. She kept trying to stick in that race, bitch, but now she's out.
She's out, but
she was out like it was like 1,000 something delegates to 90 something. It's fucking ridiculous. Like it was Trump fucking stomped her.
But listen, once again, why are they so why are they so intrigued by an erection is what I want to know.
Oh, okay.
Why are they so intrigued by Trump's erection again?
Explanation was
because
not
he's the big dick Don, I guess.
In an
He's inciting erections everywhere.
And I have to an insurrection. Sorry.
Go back.
To say I got up at 5 this morning to do Casey Hunt's show, and I'm exhausted. So explanation was not they didn't like
thinking about
Trump.
that blue chew.
They said he participated in an erection, and I have to an insurrection. Sorry.
Look at him. He realized what he said. Watch his face. He's
participated in an erection, and I have to an
try to smirk a little as you realize what he said. I did it.
Nikki Haley participated in a couple of erections while her husband was away on fucking duty. Ooh.
Can I say, okay, hold on real quick. In this, tell me if I'm wrong, but doesn't she look like the woman? Hold on, put that back up real quick. Doesn't she look like the lady from My Big Fat Greek Wedding?
Oh my God, yes.
Kind of, but she also looks like Mark Cuban.
I heard that.
She's got some Mark Cuban face going on.
She looks AI. She looks like she's about to have a stroke.
Yeah,
she looks like she's suffering from Bell palsy right now.
No, she's suffering from an ass whooping. That's what happened.
Exactly. She's like, I'm fucking exhausted. I've been trying so hard to fucking keep this facade up.
She was so enthused and so thought that Trump was gonna be off the fucking ballots that she hung in there. And as soon as the Supreme Court said 9-0, 9-0, stop this bullshit, because I don't know if you guys have heard, but they're saying now it was 5-4, that it really was. It was 9-0.
Yeah,
all of them said.
Yeah, they did, but there was at least talking into like Roberts and at least one more. I don't know, but because Roberts is not conservative, anyone can kiss my ass with that. He's not conservative, but nonetheless, it did go through like that. But now we're gonna wait to see what they say with the Trump deal, with his presidential immunity.
Well,
to see how that goes.
I think that's a bigger one.
Yes, it is.
Here's a MS TDS talking about it.
Learned that it was a 9-0 decision ruling that Donald Trump can be on the ballot in Colorado and other states.
I'm not confident that will produce a result that's good for American democracy.
This is actually what I had been concerned about. I had been
It's the
concerned that
opposite
should
of
it go to the
democracy,
Supreme
fucking-
Court, they would rule this way.
I'd laugh if it weren't so sad.
My next guest says Donald Trump is still an oath-breaking insurrectionist. Do you have confidence in the Supreme Court?
Look at that
This
face.
girl.
Look at that face.
This girl.
It screams crazy, doesn't it? Like
she looks like the fucking Vicky Valancourt. She showed me her boobies, and I think they're nice. She looks like fucking Vicky Valancourt. Do you want me to kill them?
yeah.
Well,
but she ate Vicky Valancourt, so she became Vicky Valancourt.
Vicky Valancourt had a few kids.
Sorry, I had to say it.
The titties are not where they used to be. Sorry, Mama J.
It happens.
No,
It happens when you age.
Do you think this court is partisan?
The court
guys.
itself may have overstepped.
The court went way further than it needed to go.
Our colleague
It went further than
What?
it needed to go by saying that in the Constitution he has still not been found guilty. He's not found guilty of an insurrection. The way he
No.
was found, the way it would have been is if he was impeached, then it went to the Senate and he was
Right.
found guilty.
He hasn't been found guilty
But
yet.
he wasn't found guilty.
Right. That's the biggest thing is that everyone needs to understand that. Like, God damn it, I don't give a shit if you don't like him or not, whatever else. Like, anytime to come into any of this, he hasn't been charged with shit yet. So get fucked with all this.
Well,
He should be
here's
on
a-
ballots. Like,
Who was it that brought it up? Like, because he already had basically a trial when it
Yeah.
came to the insurrection thing, they can't try him again, could they? Because that would be double jeopardy,
No.
right? Unless, like,
See, I don't
Right?
know. I don't know because the thing is, it's.
I don't
in-
think so.
They can't try him for it because he was a president at the time, and that's what the whole
But that
president
was he or was
out.
he a candidate again?
No, with the insurrection, that was at the end of his presidency. So technically, he was president. So they impeached him for it, but they needed 2/3, an actual bipartisan
Yeah.
vote to actually find him guilty of an insurrection.
right. And then he
So-
could have been criminally
Then
prosecuted
yes.
after he got out of
Yes.
office if he was impeached in Congress and the Senate, and then he was
Yeah.
found guilty there.
So that's
but
what they're.
he wasn't.
Yes.
So I don't.
And that's what the immunity trial is about. But now, if you're saying him as a president doesn't have immunity, now you are going into a extremely dangerous area.
Yeah, because then it's like, well, time to fucking bring back about all you
Yep.
motherfuckers.
Then you can bring
you're
back
all going
Clinton.
to
You can
jail.
bring back Obama. You can bring
Yeah.
back Bush. You can bring back every
I'm
living
gonna dig up
president.
John McCain and fucking put him in jail just because.
Yeah. You can Dick Cheney guy. You can bring back every single president because Obama killed a United States citizen in Yemen,
Right.
Yeah,
a country
yeah.
we were not at war with.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you open the floodgates for all of that. Are the Republicans going to do it? No, because they're fucking spineless cunts. So it's not going to happen. So, but now you open up the door for all of that. And are they willing to open up the door for all of that and say that he doesn't have? And then Whoopi Goldberg. So why is the mouse all messed up? Why is my mouse all
Why is
messed
the
up?
mouse not mousing?
Why is it? Okay.
Mouse.
Because then you get stupid idiots. Where is it? Like Whoopi Goldberg telling everybody that now, if that's true,
Joy
then I guess
Behar is
Biden can go and arrest every single Democrat out there or every single Republican, which this is why you don't get your news from the stupid View.
yeah, exactly. Well, if Itchy Butthole was a person, it'd be Joy Behar.
Yeah, you're not lying. Here's fucking
Whoa,
Stevie Wonder.
She's looking crazy now.
Dude, now?
I
been
haven't been
crazy.
seeing any clips lately. What is up with the fucking? Yeah, she's got like the Stevie Wonder. Like,
Yeah.
all right.
Oral arguments until the end of April. Now, let's look at a scenario where The Supreme Court says, yes, he has that. He has all those rights. He is immune from everything.
Yeah.
You know what Joe Biden could do since he is presently president?
What?
Whoa. He could throw every Republican in jail.
No, he can't, you dumb bitch.
I mean, he could. I mean, no. This is not a good thing because he can go. What this means is he can do anything.
No, it doesn't.
That's
No.
oh my god. That's what impeachment is for, you stupid bitch. Like,
Oh, God, man. Mm.
This is
I
the
can't.
dumb. This is how dumb. And I don't. And listen, allow the View to stay on so that way you could just show, and MSNBC too. Allow them to keep going so you can see the idiocy that's out there.
I was gonna say, there's no way that this show is making money. It cannot be making money.
It's government funded.
So it's not making money. It's making our money. So it's not making money then. There's no way that there's that many viewers that it's on the air making money.
To be honest with you,
dude, there's no way.
It's the Howard Stern syndrome. I'm guaranteeing you that. Why do they people 90% of the audience
it's hate watching. It's hate watching like you assholes that watch CNN just because you fucking hate it, you dicks. Stop watching it. Get them off the air. Fuck the View.
He could dismiss everybody's debt.
Yeah.
You know, there's a whole bunch of great stuff that could happen, but let's really look at what this means.
Yeah. So they're basically kicking the can down the road, though. They're not taking up this case immediately.
Right.
How fucking old are you, Joy? Kicking the can down the road. Let's play kick the can.
So what's their motivation then? If we all know that they can't do what you just said because of the extreme power that a president would have, what is their motivation for not doing it right away?
Well, unfortunately, some people are saying the motivation is that there are certain conservative justices that have been appointed by Trump that want to help him.
oh my god.
By the way, the only judge that was considered dissenting. Actually, there was two because they said that the metadata was showing that Sotomayor was writing a dissent and then chose not to. The only judge that wrote a one-page paragraph that said that she just agrees with the rest of them was the last one he put on.
No. You're talking about
I forget her. I had her name.
Amy Barrett. Amy Coney Barrett.
Amy Coney Barrett was the only one who put a one-page, what do you call agreement with it, and just basically said that I agree with the rest of them, just whatever they said, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And they're kind of going with the fact that
she's not holding up to her job as much as I was hoping she would have.
But none of them really, to be honest with you,
Clarence Thomas.
Well, Clarence Thomas
is a
told everybody to go fuck
man.
themselves. Clarence Thomas does what Clarence Thomas wants to do.
Clarence Thomas is my ninja. That's right. I said ninja. He is the man. He doesn't give a shit. He's going to do exactly what the fuck he knows he needs to do.
Well, what's funny, though, is that when that decision was actually made and it was dropped, none of the justices were in town, which tells you that they were worried that someone was going to protest.
Right. True.
Now, let's go to everybody's favorite Democratic psyop little boy. Insurrection sympathizer Clarence Thomas ruled that insurrectionist Donald Trump can remain on the ballot in 2024. That should be the headline.
How old is Harry Sisson?
21.
He should just be trying to get some poon. Just stay out of politics for right now.
I want to fight him.
I guarantee you he's going to essay somebody.
I want to fight him.
Guarantee you. He will.
Oh my god.
There will be okay, he won't. There'll be a claim he did.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing.
I guarantee you
it's going to be like a
claim.
Duke lacrosse situation all over again.
There'll be a claim that he did. Guaranteed. Because all 90% of these soy boys are the ones that are like, oh, we're just friends. We're friends, right? But can I touch your titty? Can I touch your titty? They all do it. It's just, dude, so this little white kid went after a black justice.
No, look at Scott Pressler's comment, though. The ruling was 9-0, and you attacked the black man. Figures.
Yeah.
Even leftism.
Yeah.
Like it's stupid. He's fucking stupid.
Well, the funny thing is, I know why he went after him, because really, in his and everyone else's mind, the Clarence Thomas is the most conservative man on there. That's why he's my man. He's the one who's going to do what it should be when it comes to the Constitution. He doesn't seem to waver from it at all. But it is pretty fucking retarded for you to go after the one black dude on a Supreme Court.
Yeah. Well, okay, so speaking of lefties attacking black men, black conservative men. So last night I'm watching the live coverage of, I live in North Carolina. I was very proud. I took both my sons to go vote yesterday, and they were very excited because they got stickers and everything. And so I'm watching the coverage, and all of a sudden I'm looking at MSNBC, CNN, they start talking shit about Mark Robinson, who is the lieutenant governor of North Carolina right now, running for governor. And all of a sudden I hear someone call him a Holocaust denier. And I was like, wait, what?
What?
Why do these people hate him so much? Well, then I see this video come out and people are sharing it.
Oh, that guy.
He's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
This guy is the shit.
Ain't but two genders.
This guy's awesome.
Two genders.
I'm sorry, you see all the white supremacists, behind him saying, agreeing with him?
Right.
All those white people that agree with him.
Now this guy, and what's the Kennedy that's in Congress? John, is it
John? No, his name is John.
Yeah, John Kennedy. These two having a conversation would be the best fucking thing I've ever heard in my fucking life.
Oh my God.
Like making fun of people and shit. Oh, I would fucking die. I would pay to be in that conversation.
Dude, those two. Go ahead, play.
Okay.
But men and women, and I can already see WRL out there. They got they licking their pencils right now, trying to write fierce as they can. Get every word of this here. Get every word of this. You can go to the doctor and get cut up. You can go down to the dress shop and get made up. You can go down there and get drugged up. But at the end of the day, you were just a drugged up, dressed up, made up, cut up man or woman.
Yep.
You ain't changed what God put in you, that DNA.
Look at all that white supremacy.
You can't transcend God's creation. I don't care how hard you try. The transgender movement in this country, if there's a movement in this country that is demonic and that is full of the spirit of Antichrist, it is the transgender movement. It's time for grown-ups and time for Christians to start standing up and being unafraid to tell the truth. Come after me if you want to. I don't care. You want my head? Here it is right here. Come on, come get it. I don't care because it's time for us to stand up. Now, I'm not afraid to stand up and tell the truth about that issue. They're dragging our kids down into the pit of hell, trying to teach them that mess in our schools. Tell you like this, that ain't got no place at no school.
No, it doesn't.
2 + 2 don't equal transgender. It equals 4. We need to get back to teaching them how to read.
That's right.
Instead of teaching them how to go to hell.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, too.
I said it, not mean it.
Now, here's the thing. Is when it right. Oh, yeah.
He goes, yeah, I said it.
I said it. And here's the thing. When it comes to that, which here's one thing that I don't agree with that I keep seeing becoming more and more popular, is I'm going to go ahead and say that Christian nationalism is not the way to go either.
I agree with you. I think
because it's highly akin to authoritarianism the same way as socialism and shit, because you're going to start enforcing laws that now go against gay marriage and other stuff that can have a very peaceful society. So, but I love the brother. I love him. He's awesome. He makes some very awesome points. And yes, and we should, and people should be able to say the shit that they think is wrong and all that. And but I have to bring that up because it's something that's becoming very popular. So now when people start hearing that, they're gonna be like, well, is he a Christian nationalist then? And because it
Yeah, they
gets
already
very
started
taken
doing
out.
that
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, and like I feel, and I agree with what you're saying too. It's just like the one point I don't want to get to is to a point where now you can have an opinion on how a person should live their life, and this goes on both sides because both sides do the same thing. But it is not up to you to tell me how to live my life.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, like.
Well, that's the
And
live
that's
and let
the,
live
and
that's
that's
gotten
kind of
lost.
right.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's the libertarian part that is getting lost, and people are becoming more and more radicalized and losing that perspective of liberty, freedom.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's what I had this conversation with Amanda the other day. It's like you have these people on both sides that are trying to push their complete like agenda, you know? And there's a lot of people in the middle who are like, listen, I don't care what you want to do as an adult. Once you turn 18, you're an adult. Chop your penis off, cut your fingers off, cut your toes off, cut your whatever you want to do. When you're an adult, do you, boo-boo. I don't care. But when it comes to children, just like you want them to choose their religion, let them choose what they want to do. Just leave them alone. Don't force them into a religion. Don't force them into being what they don't want to be. If a boy wants to wear a dress, let the fucking boy wear a dress. If that's what he wants. Don't go and start, because the kid doesn't have it in his head that he wants to go chop his penis off. You're telling me you find a 6-year-old that says, Mommy, I don't want my penis anymore. I'll tell you, that's 1 in a billion, maybe.
Right.
That's how they that's how they changed Jazz Jennings into a girl. Is that the mom said that when Jazz was 2, they had a dream that their penis got cut off, and then they're like, "You're transgender now."
Okay, and it's a mental illness with the parents. It's a Munchausen syndrome.
Oh, it's the mental, but it's the living through.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm assuming, like, I know the Munchausen, like, I'm assuming it's basically about the same thing. I haven't, we've said it a million times. I haven't totally looked into it, but I also think when it comes to a lot of this, it's the living through. It's like it's like the mom or the dad that, like, the mom who has her fucking little kid in pageants, or the dad that pushes his kid so hard that he fucking hates the sport that he tries to push him through, and when it, like, living through him, you know, and well, in that, but also I wanted something and I didn't get it, so now I have to change something, and it's really fucking mentally fucked up that you're doing that to this kid.
Once again, but we're also pushing these mental illnesses. They're pushing their mental illness on their children, so they're mentally ill, and they're pushing it on the kids because they want to be popular. Everybody right now wants to be part of the woe is me. Like, it doesn't, it's now you're black. Oh, well, you're not black enough. You're your mommy's white and your daddy's black, so you're not black enough. Well, now I'm black and I'm disfigured. Now I'm black, disfigured, and a transgender. I'm black, disfigured, transgender, and I can't and I'm blind. Like, it just they try to keep one up in each other instead of just being like, okay. Like, okay, you're black.
Yeah,
Cool.
exactly. Yeah.
You like as long as we have the same, and that's my whole thing. People try to call me racist, and I'm like, how am I racist? I enjoy people who enjoy the same things I enjoy. I don't care what color you are, what language you speak, whatever. It doesn't matter. If we're both watching fucking South Park and we can enjoy it, I don't give a shit. If we're watching South Park and you start telling me how Trey and Matt are fucking transgenderists and how they're racist, and I'm not going to have a conversation. I don't want to talk to you because you're just making something that I enjoy.
I'm not there's no way I can be racist. I've never said the word dad either, okay? Get the fuck off my back.
Oh my god.
And
my dad left for Cools and Milk a long time ago too. There's no way. But I'm so sick of this white adjacent bullshit nonsense and the blackface or white supremacy. And then when you get people who say shit like this and nobody bats an eye, the Supreme Court has destroyed democracy. Its members, including Jackson, Kagan, and Sotomayor, have proved themselves inept at reading comprehension, and collectively the court has shown itself to be corrupt and illegitimate. It must be dissolved. Are you fucking you are a moron. Keith Olbermann is the dumbest, one of the dumbest human beings there is on this planet.
And apparently he pees out his eye holes.
Is that in this one? Because I saw it.
Those are 9-0. He's like, cry more. 9-0. No, go back. Yeah, there we go. Those aren't tears, fascist. They're urine. I'm sure you enjoy bathing in it. Like, what?
I can't find the picture anymore.
So now you're peeing out of your eye holes, homie?
There was a picture of him. There we go.
There we
go. But there was a picture of him peeing out of his eyes. But he's
the dumbest motherfucker.
By the way, fathead, if this court now grants Trump this hallucination of presidential immunity, it applies to Biden too, and he could arrest the justices and cancel the election, and you couldn't do shit about it.
No.
So wait a minute.
Not what that means.
So wait a minute. Hold on.
Hey,
so
this is about to turn into that shit from The Princess Bride. You keep saying what I don't think that means what you think it means. You keep saying it, but
so
it
wait a
doesn't
minute.
mean what you think it means.
So you're telling me the shit you've been spewing since Trump became president, that he's going to cancel the elections and not leave the White House. You're telling me that Biden is going to do this and you're okay with it? What the fuck is what in God's green earth?
Well, by them, like these fucking retards are going off of when they say immunity. It's like I can go shoot a motherfucker in the face in the middle of Times Square. That's immunity. No, this is making decisions shit immunity when you're a president. This is not I can go do whatever the fuck I want. Like it's what they don't understand that
But it's all emotion. This is what they do. This is why The View, it's all for emotion. It's all to get an emotional response out of everybody. And just say the wildest thing. By the way, did we all not know that Sonny Houston, who talks about getting reparations, turns out Sonny Houston is a descendant of slave owners.
What?
Mm-hmm. She did that show where they show all these people where they descended from. Yes, she's a descendant of slave owners, and she still goes on and says that she deserves reparations.
Yeah, no, she don't.
Hold on. Aren't we already operating under the assumption that presidents have some type of an immunity?
Yes, absolutely.
Like, if
yeah.
not, then people would have, charged because wouldn't Richard Nixon have gotten criminally charged after he had gotten out of office?
Exactly.
Wouldn't Barack Obama like when the Republicans had House and Senate and presidency would try to bring him up on charges and shit of stuff that he did of all the bombings that he did in all these different countries.
Fucking killing Americans over there and shit. Fucking kids.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. If this happens, then you can bring back everybody and try them. If presidential immunity doesn't exist,
that's why
they can all be tried.
That's what see, they're going full autism on the word immunity. They're just focusing in on like now that means that you can nuke the entire world and be okay. No, that's not what that means. What it means. Like the presidential immunity is something different. You need to learn what read between the lines is, bitch. Like
no, that's the wrong thing. They are just stupid. Like that's not what it means. And like you said, what is it trying to do is to appeal to emotion and appeal to like the low information voter.
Yeah,
very true. Yeah.
Yeah, they're just
other stupid people like themselves, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
So like I don't know.
By the way, have you guys seen the Italians making fun of Joe Biden? We haven't brought this up.
Oh yeah,
this has been.
This shit is funny,
dude. Remember you know how Joe Biden says the world asked me, Joe, is America back? And I said, yes, we're back. We're back to launder you more money. And now Italy is telling you guys
it's back in a state of confusion. That's about where it's at. This is fucking great. And it's funny because like them, hold on, who is it? Them and what other country did it before? Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia out of all places. That was the first one that really had a good one. Okay, now this one, yeah.
Presidente. Good evening, Mr. President Biden. President. Here we are, President Biden. Qui.
Here?
Yes, yes. Good evening. Buonasera. Yes. Eh?
I said to the president of Israel,
Sì.
Mikhail Gorbachev.
No, non è Gorbachev il presidente dell'Israele, no.
Sorry, Michael Jordan. When he went to the moon,
Quando è andato sulla Luna,
and he was shot from Dallas.
non hanno sparato a lui a Dallas, quello è Kennedy. No, stia fermo, Presidente. Presidente.
Long shot from Dallas to the moon.
Si sta confondendo con Kennedy.
14 millions.
Sì.
Miles. Ford.
Vabbè, ma non è lui, Presidente. Mr. President.
This is so sad.
Try to bring him
No, ma quello è Kennedy.
into the cabriolet. Do you?
No, sta facendo confusione,
Yes.
Presidente. Sta facendo confusione, evidente.
Sorry,
Sì.
it wasn't the moon.
Non è andato
It
sulla
was Mars.
This is
No.
what an
Mars
entire
attack.
other country views our leader
Beautiful
as.
film
Eh?
where Netanyahu sang.
No, ma Netanyahu, no. Netanyahu è il presidente di Israele. Non cantava. Over. No, The Rainbow era. Vabbè.
He's opening by this.
Cosa fa? Dove va, Presidente?
I like how he keeps doing like the drunk stroll backwards.
No. Where are you going? Stay quiet.
He couldn't even hold it. The guy started laughing.
No. Please. Cosa sta dicendo? Cosa sta facendo? What are you doing? Quella è la
luggage.
è la valigetta dei codici atomici, quella.
No.
Lei non sta bene.
No.
Gliel'hanno fatto grosso.
I forgot to take the pills.
No, ma non sono le pillole, non sono
No,
le
I
medicine.
called the nurse.
No.
Call the nurse. It was a fucking nuclear button.
Look how big it was.
It's fucking awesome.
It's just they are just laughing at us. They're
Absolutely.
laughing at us.
It is so sad to
And
know
I mean-
that we are we're like the strongest country in the world still. We really are in ways. But yet we're the laughing stock of the goddamn world at the same time.
And when they said Trump was a laughing stock across the world, no, he wasn't.
No, he wasn't.
They were
He was
literally
the laughing stock across a small percentage of America. That's about it.
Vladimir Putin said the reason he didn't invade Ukraine when Trump was president was because he had no idea what Trump was going to do.
Yeah, he's unpredictable.
He said that man is unpredictable, and I don't know. Trump said it himself. If he goes into Ukraine, we're going to nuke them off the planet. And Vladimir Putin was like,
yeah,
"Is
he said he
serious?"
would bomb the Kremlin.
Yeah.
He goes, "Is he?"
Well, and here's the thing: is why? Because he wasn't beholden to any country.
Yeah,
he didn't
exactly.
have that. He didn't have that. I guess resume with everyone.
Right.
That all the other politicians.
Well, and here's the
did.
thing. Yeah, well,
like
no,
that.
exactly. And even if Trump wasn't even if Trump wasn't 100% serious, if you're a leader and like you're kind of bullshitting about something and like a leader of like one of the most powerful countries in the world says, I will bomb your fucking capital,
Mm-hmm.
you might want to take him seriously.
Yeah.
You know, like
Did y'all see the video?
Joe's like,
of,
what's the Kremlin?
Yeah, of Trump meeting the Argentinian president.
Yeah, that shit was pretty funny.
No, I didn't see it.
Oh, okay. I have to try and find it
Yeah, you should
because
probably bring it up.
Trump's face in it. He's like, this guy's fucking crazy.
guy's
But
crazy.
whatever. Hey, bro. keep it up.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. So this, while you find that, I mean, when they tell you things over and over again, like Blinky keeps telling everybody that he's the most successful president. It's been the most successful 4 years. When people keep telling you things, I would tend to believe the opposite. Like this woman who's a doctor.
Oh, this psycho bitch.
In the heart. What is wrong with you? I'm not proving anyone. You are fucking insane. How you don't know me? How can you sit here and say that to my face?
She did not say that at all.
I didn't
You're
say
making
that.
things
Do
up.
not call me a groomer. You put that down. Sir, you are fucking sick.
Now, if anybody's wondering who that enchantress is, these are the type of doctors that support transitioning kids. Belligerent screaming at Button's lives and swipe right, followed by assaulting the cameraman, breaking the camera in Tennessee Capitol outside of the hearing of D-Trans bill of for the D-Trans Bill of Rights, which would give insurance coverage to people like myself. And if you don't know who Chloe Cole is, please do your research.
Yeah, she's a
detransitioner.
Yeah.
Because
And,
she was told as a child that she was really a boy.
Right. And this doctor probably did not get called that and was being asked questions, didn't like that, and just in her fucking psychotic brain heard groomer. Because I'm sorry, shit like that happens. Dude, there's been so many times, what is it, the racial shit that happens, whatever else, like, oh, they said the N-word, that nothing ever comes up. It's the same shit like that.
Well, I've never heard of this Darvo word. Darvo, deny, attack, and reverse victim and offender.
James Lindsay teaches you that shit. It's part of the Marxist shit. Yep.
Summarizes a consistent reaction and manipulation tactic used by perpetrators of abuse or other types of wrongdoing. It works by shifting the facts away from the original issue and attacking the actual victim. It attempts to switch the roles of victim and perpetrator to allow the actual offender to receive sympathy and compassion publicly and or privately, as well as to avoid consequences for their actions.
Bitch knew the camera was out. She tried to reverse the roles.
Yep.
That's the way narcissists work. Yeah.
Is that so? That's the definition of Karens, right?
Pretty much.
Basically.
Pretty much. Yeah.
And narcissism, apparently.
And narcissism, big time. Yeah. It's big time narcissistic.
But
because like you make it about you. Like it doesn't matter if they're the victim or whatever else, you make it about you. So that way it's all eyes on you. That it's all it is.
But she attacked someone. Like you said, I guarantee you nobody called her a groomer.
No.
But they said that this bill allows for grooming because honestly, if you're allowing a child to transition, you're allowing a doctor to take out their parts because of it's a grooming tactic.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and even if if the doctor is not the groomer, you are a grooming participant and you are the main one that lets it happen because you're the end all be all person that lets that go. Well, besides the parent, but
well, here's the thing. I want to just point this out because I think this is lost a lot when everyone has conversations about the whole transgender thing or whatever. Like, it is a thing. Like, do you have gender dysphoria?
Yeah.
Usually it's in a combination of like trauma, other types of things as like an actual mental disorder or something that someone needs to work through.
Yeah.
And what it is, it's bastardizing the people who actually do have, this that's going on with them. And do you think the people that really have this going on with them are getting the actual help that they need to figure out what's going on or to work through trauma that they've gone through or anything like that? No. It's like a big fucking joke. It's a fad. It's like, okay, like, someone wanted to have like, what is it we were talking about the other day? Like, oh, it's like having a new pair of K-Swiss shoes. Like everyone has to have the same kicks or, get your graphic tees from Ed Hardy or whatever.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
But it's like really
well, most of those people I don't think are getting talked to. I think they're just getting told what they want to hear. And that's what they're like getting fast tracked into all this other shit that's not good for them.
they're not having the ability to think. They're just, it's because it's, what's it called? It's gender affirming. It's affirming care. So it's never, there's no pushback whatsoever. And there's no like, second guessing is what it's being perceived as right now.
And I'm gonna have
Like
to. Somebody's gonna have to explain to me how removal is affirming, but it's still a little bit.
Well, I want to know the percentage of kids who say that they want this gender affirming care, and how many of them go through it, and how many of them don't after being approved for a treatment.
Well,
How many of them
of
actually go through one type of treatment, whether it be drugs or surgeries? Like, how many of them actually go through it, and how many of them were deterred because of the affirming care that they've gotten before, like the talks that they've gotten before, that type of thing?
That's gonna be the whole thing. Is like, I don't even want to see the studies later on. But Jesus, man, we're gonna it's gonna be so many long-term studies about this fucked up subject. About eventually, there's gonna be kids that have had it done, then ones that talked about it that wanted it but didn't get it done. Then ones that got it later on, then were you happy? Weren't you? Like, it's gonna be so many weird fucking talks.
Yeah. Well, because besides some, some people having gender dysphoria, they also could have body dysmorphia.
Yeah.
And a lot of times with body dysmorphia, sometimes people would want to, because there are some cases where people actually do want to chop off some type of body part that they have or something. Their perception of themselves isn't accurate.
Right.
So, and so it's a thing, and they want to act like say, I mean, the study of psychology and stuff has very perverse like foundings and stuff.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But there could be helpful things in there, like understanding things. Like, honestly, like the whole John Money experiment, that's like how you get the difference between sex and gender type shit. Like,
right. Which is a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah. I mean, both of the people that was in the John Money study ended up killing themselves. He took two boys, said one was a girl, and they ended up killing, and then they both ended up killing themselves later on in life. Horrible.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And that's what I'm gonna be. That's what I worry about with people like that Jazz Jennings. Like, what could happen on later on? Because I mean, sorry, but you're never gonna have any real pleasure or anything in your life. It's just so fucked up. I don't.
The one question that I have with the whole Jazz Jennings thing is because when it first, like, I've told you guys before, I was very, very into abnormal psych. I started taking psychology classes when I was a sophomore in high school, all throughout college and stuff, because I was just very interested in it. I had a family member who was schizophrenic, and I just thought it was just really strange how somebody's brain can do something and just change everything about them. And so I was very interested in the whole Jazz Jennings because it was like an abnormal psych type thing. And the one thing that was a constant thing is that they have manic depression. And it is something that Jazz has dealt with all their life. And the mom and Jazz have told the public, oh, the manic depression has nothing, absolutely nothing to do with being transgender. And I think it's a disservice to people because I think it's absolute bullshit, to be honest,
that's
in my opinion.
I think that's a whole cartload of bullshit.
Yeah. I mean, this person has had such a fluctuation in their weight too, during, after the bottom surgery, where they're just a normal looking person to almost 300 pounds, and then back down and up and stuff. And Jazz had to defer a year from college because of how bad Jazz's depression was. And it's sad.
Yeah, but it ain't got nothing to do with it.
But it has nothing to do with everything else, because by the time Jazz was 2, knew that
here's another problem.
They were a girl.
Here's another problem. And
you want to know what another problem is? Is Doritos hired a tranny for
Well,
its shit,
here's-
and then now got rid of it also, but which is good. Did you see this fucking
Yeah, hold on a
disgusting
sec. But
fucking
the thing is, the problem also is the kids are going through like what their at the puberty. They're going through puberty, so they're getting all their hormones are getting fucking all mixed up and jumbled and stuff like that. Now you want to inject them with the opposite hormones and not expect anything to happen.
Right.
You want to, so now a
Well,
boy
that
who's
was-
getting testosterone, and now his testosterone levels are rising, and you want to shoot him with estrogen. So not only does he not know how to deal with this testosterone rising in his body, now he has to deal with estrogen levels are high in his body.
Well-
so now they don't know what the fuck to do, and now you want to do that to a boy and a girl.
That
Like, you're
was
gonna
my
fuck these people up.
That was my argument from the very beginning. As soon as I started hearing about any sort of a puberty blocker or anything, was you are mentally going to fuck these kids up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No matter what if you're blocking natural things going through as you're growing up in any sort of way, you are mentally going to fuck this person up.
So go back to Doritos, which I got hungry and I want the Doritos.
Which
I want to go
which
get
was
some.
actually pretty fucking crazy. Now that they hired this, it was Doritos like Spain. Doritos cuts ties with
okay.
trans influencers over posts, and look at this fucking I'm sorry, but this just like screams like I don't know, cat urine
80s
and
hair metal.
yeah,
One
well,
of these.
80s hair metal that needs a toothbrush and smells like cat urine. But also this motherfucker makes a lot of pro pedophile posts.
Oh yeah, they made some like weird post about a 12-year-old or something like
Yeah,
that.
something real fucked up here. Here we go. Let's see. The company that makes Doritos cut tie with a transgender influencer after reports he posted about violence and pedophilia. I am not going to fucking call that piece of shit a she. Hudson, a singer and actor from Spain, has around 370 Instagram followers, which should go down to 0 because he's a piece of shit. In a statement, Doritos condemned Hudson's social media posts, but its short-lived campaign led to calls led by right-wing activists of the U.S. to boycott. So that's why it led to it, not because of the pedophilia stuff. Okay, yeah, I get it. Doritos Spain, owned by America food giant PepsiCo, said it had ended its relationship with the influencer. After the campaign started, we were made aware of Samantha's deleted tweets from around 2015. The company said in a statement, "We strongly condemn words or actions that promote violence or sexism of any kind." As a teenager, Hudson tweeted mocking posts about rape victims and wanting to do depraved things to a 12-year-old girl, according to a report by Rolling Stone. And there was way more than that too. So this all happened basically within 36 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Do they not know who they're getting to advertise for them?
Apparently not.
No habla inglés. They're from Spain, I guess, apparently. So yeah, that's pretty fucked up. But at least now it's gone, and oh my god, the shit that that motherfucker said, and the fact that they could hire him and, like you said, not even look into him. Are you fucking serious? Like, when you're hiring somebody and giving them money that's going to be the face of your goddamn company, what the fuck is wrong with you?
They don't care. They don't care. It's not nothing new.
They can't care because they're either fucking retarded or don't care.
Well, no,
are
they're
you
not.
Are you retarded? Can you not read?
Nowadays, it goes by the numbers on your TikTok, goes by the numbers on your fucking on your Instagram. So if you got millions of followers, they go, "Hey, you're an influencer. Influence people to buy our product." And then you get this, and people start deep diving into everybody, because it happens. Once you become mainstream, you better be fucking clean. You better be fucking clean and not have done anything.
Yeah, because dude, it's like it doesn't even matter if it's a branch in another fucking country. We're eventually gonna find out. Welcome to the internet, motherfuckers. Like, if you're doing something stupid, we're all gonna fucking bitch about it eventually. Oh yeah.
I got a mouthful of Doritos right now.
Mouthful of dick.
Gay Doritos.
Gator. Yeah.
By the way, you want to see what happened?
The Trump
back
and
home?
Melee?
Well, no, I want to. You want to see? They call this DEI in what is it? New Jersey State playoffs. Camden takes 46 to 45 lead. Manasquan appears to hit buzzer beater for the win. Refs call the reverse. DEI win for Camden, ladies and gentlemen, is what they're saying.
God. I watched this and oh my God.
Wait, what? Okay.
It is up and in. It's up and in.
Yeah.
It's out of the dude's hand at 0.5. When it's out of your hands before the buzzer, that's it.
So if you watch it,
yeah, put it right there.
Right there. It's
no, a little bit more. A little bit more.
I mean, look,
Just
0.6.
Yeah.
And it's you can literally see it out of his hand.
It's barely even out of his hand right there.
And then
0.5.
right there.
Oh yeah, 0.5. Yeah.
Yep, right there.
It is
0.5.
completely
Yep.
out of his hand, making its way up.
That means white boys won.
Yep, here, 0.4, and it's already back there.
So then what's the problem?
And then I guess the coaches got involved.
I don't even know what they called though. Like we need to go to the comments and see what was called.
I'm pretty sure.
Did they say it was still in his hands or
it was? I'm pretty sure it was still in his hands. They were calling it that it was still in his hands. Here's the story. 15 kids got screwed from the front of 1,000 people.
Hold on. Go up. What does it say? The guys what?
Hold on, sorry.
Huddle up, screwed, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I didn't know if it said what. I want to know what the fucking call was played. Like, what did the refs say? Did they say what?
Mike Wright knew the final score, had the buzzer beater. He knew the winning basket was good the first time he watched it live in the feed. But the shot was clearly good. Former Rutgers coach. Instead, he had to play the role trying to console because referees made the most egregious mistake possible. Do or die game. They huddled up and reversed a call, turning.
But I want to know what they called it. Like,
yeah, they're not going to tell you.
No.
It was a nice way to blow the steam. Yeah, they're not going to. Lawyers are already involved. I mean, everybody is showing this up. But I mean, they called it DEI.
I'm waiting for some fucking.
Listen, they called it DEI.
I say I shouldn't even say it. I'm waiting for some divorced dad to be fucking beating some fucking ref down with a bat. Like, you fucking screwed me.
I saw another video like that where it was like 8-year-olds or whatever it was, and the parents got off the fucking the same thing happened, and the parents got off the bench and started arguing with each other and started fighting. Like, what the fuck? They're 8 years old. Like, what the fuck is wrong with parents? Like, come on, guys. It's not a fucking Super Bowl.
It's not that serious, dog.
No,
Yeah, exactly.
when I was playing soccer in high school, there were 2 dads from the same team who got into a fucking fight in the bleachers at the top of the bleachers. And like one of them started rolling down. And it's just like,
It's
it's
funny.
it's girls. It's literally girls soccer.
Oh, it is.
Come
Oh my
on.
god. Oh my god, that's fucking hilarious. Let's
You're on
bring
the
up.
same team.
I remember when I was playing Little League ball, and I'll never forget this day ever in my entire life. I had a buddy on the team. Or buddy, we were just acquaintances because we were on the same baseball team. We had to be like 12, something like that, 11, 12. His name was Kyle Reitmeyer. Kyle's dad starts yelling, "Come on, Kyle! You got this, Kyle!" Kyle was a really good baseball player as a kid. "You got this, Kyle!" Kyle finally gets so fed up, turns around and goes, "Shut up, Dad!" and goes to bed. I will never forget that in my
Kyle's like,
entire
I
life.
don't got this, motherfucker. Like, leave me alone.
But it's like these parents who take this shit so seriously. Like,
Oh yeah,
dude, I get it. I understand it completely. You want your kid to play a sport and you want him to play it really badly and you want him to do great at it and you want him to succeed because the kid wants to succeed. But when you're fighting other parents
Yeah.
for an 8th grade for a 12-year-old intramural sport, you might have to reevaluate your life.
yeah.
Might have to reevaluate your life. And it's just
I have to say this because my dad has been going back and watching like all of our stuff. He finally got the app on Rumble, the Rumble app on the TV. So he's been going back and watching all of our shows.
Oh, really?
Oh boy.
Yeah, he has. He loves it. He anytime he goes out on a business meeting, he's like, "Oh, you got to check out these guys. It's just my daughter."
That's
Listen,
awesome.
I got some
Now you're
dads some
talking the
stickers.
sports thing. So,
I love it. That's awesome.
I love my dad to death, and we talk about this all the time because we think it's hilarious. So when I was younger and I was playing soccer, my dad's like, come on, Jack, let go, blah 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 blah. I had the ball at my feet, and I stopped what I was doing. Okay, I looked over at him, and I was just shut up, stop. And stopped the whole game, and he didn't say a word like the rest of this time. And he'll tell you, he's like, ooh, ooh. And everyone's like, thank God she said something. And
They'd
the
be like, he
by the
didn't
way,
say a word until my teenage years. Like,
yeah. So the first time my dad ever heard me say a bad word was when I was in the middle of a game. I used to play forward or outside midfielder, and I was playing a game, and it was a really tough game. And this girl kept, I'm short, and I'm short too. So when I played, I was very short, and I get bumped around a lot. But this one chick kept pulling on my jersey and everything. And so I had knocked her down. I looked at her, I was like, that's right, bitch. And kept going. And I don't remember saying it. And my dad was the only one at the game. And he was on the sidelines. And so like we're in the car after the game, and he goes, so did I hear you call that girl a bitch? Because it was like he was like right in front of him, and he's
I
like,
learned it from you, okay?
yeah. And I was like, but she was like all over me. And it's like I was just wondering, okay.
It's
I broke my ankle. I broke my ankle right in front of my dad. Like my dad and I, when it came to sports, like we were like he was there for everything. I like
Right.
literally broke my ankle right in front of him. He heard it. He saw it. He's like, oh shit.
That's like the thing.
We want
with
to take this
sports.
time to say hi, Papa J. How are you? Nice to see you. Thanks for
Yeah.
watching.
What's
Hey,
happening?
Mom.
Appreciate it.
That's the thing with sports. Like whenever it's something like that and you hear a kid cussing or whatever, it's kind of like let him be.
Yeah.
Let him get it out.
Okay.
Oh
listen,
man.
it's not like, in New York where they're trying to stop people from having guns on the subway now, is it?
Yeah, I was gonna say we need to bring that up real quick.
Listen,
National Guard getting put into good old NYC.
Violent crime is getting so bad in New York City subways that Kathy Hochul is deploying 1,000 total National Guardsmen, state police, and MTA police to patrol them. Liberal policies have consequences. 750 members of the National Guard.
New York has a brand. Yeah.
Don't die. And 250 state troopers will be now checking bags in the subway. Because that's what the problem is.
Yeah.
The bags in the subway. It's not the crazy people who will throw you on the subway lines. That's not the problem. It's not the people who will, stab somebody with a knife. So now you're not allowed to bring knives. No.
Right.
It's the people who are trying to legally. By the way, you notice how this happened after they went and said that you're legally allowed to carry in every state?
Mm-hmm.
Notice that now all of a sudden there's an issue. Legally
Well, the Supreme
Constitutionally.
Court says that, but then all the fucking states will try to go against the shit all the time.
By the
Which
way,
is fucking ridiculous. But
listen to the way she delivers this message, because I listened to this about 20 times because it had me laughing so hard. Listen to the way
I'll be right back.
she says this.
she looks like an 80s villain, kind of, doesn't she? Right there.
She's
like seriously.
The lady from fucking Escape from New York. That's what
Yeah,
she looks
exactly.
like.
Yes. It's exactly what I was thinking, like a fucking straight up Escape from New York or some shit.
Yeah.
I'm redeploying nearly 1,000 members of the New York State Police, MTA Police, and MTA National Guard to conduct bag checks
What the fuck is that
in the
kinda
city's busiest transits. They'll start seeing them at the tables, making sure that weapons are not being brought in, working in
She doesn't even
concert
know-
with our New York State Police, as well as our NYPD.
You know.
She has
little back and
no
forth.
idea what she's fucking talking about.
No, she doesn't. No.
She has no idea. In the concerts, the venue concerts, Madison Square Garden, we're gonna be.
If this bitch was serious about what she was saying, she wouldn't have done that. Working.
Yeah. She doesn't know what she's talking about.
She doesn't know or give a shit.
No.
Because no one heading to their job or to visit family or to go to a doctor appointment should worry that the person sitting next to them possesses a deadly weapon. Point one.
Oh, shut up. Everybody should worry about somebody possessing a deadly weapon because that would make a better and polite society. Because then you wouldn't be a fucking piece of shit all the time.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah. I mean,
I'd rather all my neighbors be armed.
Yeah, I would too. Mind you, there's been people fucking in the subway for years, pissing in the subway for years. The subway smells like urine. The entire all of New York
Smells
has
like urine, death, disappointment, fucking everything.
New York is just a
I'm sorry.
cesspool.
I missed it, but I was gonna say this dick is a deadly weapon. I had to.
Not
dick is.
I had to.
The amount of sexual assault
I
in
was
New
going
York.
to the bathroom and I heard it, and I was like, I started laughing. I was like, I had to say it.
See, Mama's she's like the honorary guy also
Yeah.
with us because she forgets a lot of the humor.
But you're not wrong. The amount of sexual assaults that have gone up in New York State, in New York, is atrocious. Is atrocious. But once again, they don't follow the laws. They don't. They don't. They don't.
That
go
are already
through
in
the laws.
place.
Yeah, they just allow them to leave. Like me and Rich were talking about a guy in Chicago or St. Louis that killed 2 people. The guy killed 2 people doing 70 miles an hour. Dude, I couldn't even watch the video. I saw it once and these 2 women were coming out of a concert and the guy was doing 70 miles an hour, ran them over, and he was out the same night because they gave him a $200,000 bond and he paid $20,000 in cash. Same night was let out.
Shouldn't be happening. That's fucked up.
Murdered 2 people and was let out on $20,000. Yet I'll say it again, the people from January 6th who are just walking around the fucking Capitol are still in jail. And
Yeah,
Didn't they just come out with 100 of the J6 convictions were reduced or overturned or whatever?
I'll put that
in the Hey leftists, remember all those fucking but in this country comments and whatever else. Well, but in other countries, if you steal, they cut your fucking hand off. What are they gonna do if you kill somebody?
Yeah.
End you. What about but what in other countries then? You fucking
notice how whenever they talk about things like that,
words I want to say, but I can't.
You notice how when they talk about that, they always quote the white countries, Sweden, Finland. They're all predominantly white countries that they talk about when they talk about healthcare free and all this stuff.
Yeah.
You ever hear about them
starting
saying
to have its own problems?
Oh, it is. Yeah. It's to see with their healthcare too. is it's ran that way, and people want to say it's good. It's not. It's almost as bad as Canada's in ways. Like you're gonna still wait just as long as and shit, but it's not quite as bad. But they're having their own problems too.
You
But they
literally have
still
to go to
have
the emergency
private
room.
health care too.
They do, yeah. They allow you, yeah.
But you have to basically go to the emergency room every single time. And but what do they tax
Yeah.
at, like 50-60% of their paychecks go to the
Yeah, I
government?
think it's 50 over
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, 50% of their paychecks. Mind you, we pay, if you think about it, probably about 70% of our taxes.
Yeah, I know.
Overall, like
Overall, yeah.
overall, yeah.
Overall, we pay about 70% overall. Just because they don't take it
Fucking
out of your fucking
ridiculous, dude.
paycheck doesn't mean they're not taxing you every fucking time, every chance you get.
Yeah.
But yeah, here's a little bit from Kathy Hochul's. Now all these look at it. Look at all the police. Look at all the police.
It's
Now
gonna
all of a
become
sudden,
the TSA to go in the subway. Everyone's gonna have to get sexually assaulted before they can actually
And
get on
you
the
have
subway.
old boy Jim Bob Jones over there in his fucking
and his guardsman
in his
outfit.
vest and shit. Yeah, fucking
He's been eating fucking too many cheeseburgers.
yeah, dude. He should not be trying to protect anybody right now. I'm sorry.
What's this homeless guy doing? They're gonna wait a minute. Are you telling me they're gonna go through that guy's entire fucking bag? That
They
guy.
just turned the New York subway system into TSA. Like again,
They're gonna check that whole thing.
Yeah, good luck. Yeah, dude. Are you what the okay, look, I actually think people should walk around with those guns all the time because I mean, fuck around and find out. But just having
Why'd
it
they
down
randomly
there
pick the Asian woman to check her bag?
right?
Backpacks containers are subject to
Stop
inspection prior
Asian
to
hate.
entering the mass transit system. Individuals may refuse to permit inspections and elect not to enter the system. Individuals would not be permitted access to the system
This
with
is how they fucking get you.
the uninspected container. Individuals who refuse the container search and later attempt to enter the system with the uninspected container are subject to arrest.
So you're limiting people's
Freedom.
movement.
Nice
Yep.
bag, dude. And
Yeah, check out your Merce.
And I like how he does it like they do it at a football game. Like, okay, you're good. You're good.
Uh-huh.
This dude's you see that guy's like, yeah, no, I got to do this. I'm getting overtime for this. Yeah, no,
Yep.
I'm getting paid. Yeah, no, time and a half,
Yeah, he
double
doesn't
time
get-
actually.
yeah,
in a couple
exactly,
in an
yeah.
hour.
Yeah.
I'm getting double time for this. Yeah, no.
Yeah. You want to meet in Applebee's in a little while?
Listen,
Send
I'll
me
pay
a
for the whole
pot
bar.
sticker.
I'm making enough for everybody at the bar. I'll buy a whole round for everybody in Times Square.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, we're just so fucking. And like you said, if they would just let people carry, there would not be as much of a problem.
I see it that way big time, and there's a lot of people that don't, but sorry, but I do.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
A lot
Oh
of shit would get taken care of if if it was just displayed upon that this is not going to fucking happen. You
I'm
know
trying
what
to-
I'm saying? Like we have the attitude of this is not going to happen. That's been so lost for so long. Our country, like Dave Chappelle's right. America's turned into a bunch of bitches.
I'm trying to find the video, but I can't find the video of somebody showing Chuck Scarborough saying that Biden, I know F you if you don't believe me, but Biden is the most comprehensive, best he's ever been. Wait for it, folks.
I better not start the questions. I'll get in trouble.
What's your message for Super Tuesday voters? Everyone please move this way. Super Tuesday, sir, do you have a message for voters? Thanks, come on.
Thank you so much. Thank you all.
I just shit my pants.
Right?
It's getting really like what was this for?
Yeah.
Lower costs of, it says lowering costs for American families.
Oh my god. That's bad. I wonder how tomorrow's gonna go because it's the
I'm
State of the Union tomorrow.
I'm excited.
Yeah, we're gonna see. You guys are gonna be streaming that tomorrow or what?
Yeah, we're streaming it tomorrow.
Yes.
I'm
we're
jumping
gonna,
in.
Yeah,
Yes,
off
and so
label.
am I. So we're
I'll be
gonna be
jumping in.
doing.
Well, I'll put it on our channel also, so we
Yeah,
can
well, you'll be in
simulcast.
here on StreamYard, right? So
Yeah,
I'll be jumping in.
Yeah, but yeah,
What time
Yeah,
are you guys
so am
starting?
I.
So we tell
Yeah,
everyone.
I already talked to Senpai. We're like we're on the same page.
All right, I'll be in. Yeah,
Like
I'll be in.
so he messaged me. He's like, yeah, so like, you know, we're doing State of the Union tomorrow. You want to come on? I was like, absolutely.
Hey, let him know
It's like, we
I'm
already talked
jumping
about
in here
this.
too.
I gotta get
Yeah.
him. He's supposed to give me access to his, so that way I could just jump on and whatnot. But yeah, I'm gonna simulcast it with our stuff. I gotta put it on. But yeah, it's. I mean, listen, I will toot my own horn again, and I will put up the video that I put that made everybody fucking. It made people just angry because. Did I put it? Which? Yeah, here it is. Like literally.
What are we supposed to do with that?
Oh, this shit, yeah.
Why do people are actually voting? Is there really one person voting for that guy?
The best way to get something done, if you hold near and dear to you that you like to be able to. Anyway.
Come on.
How stupid would you have to be? Foreign. He can't complete a sentence.
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was going to put him in.
He can't complete a thought.
I'm talking.
Yeah. I mean, he just
Does he even like think about what he's going to say?
Does
Does
he
somebody give him a little piece of paper or something?
Yeah, give him a little piece of paper or something. Yeah, they give him a giant fucking teleprompter.
Confused.
By the way, if you
And it
didn't
is
know,
sad.
if you didn't know,
It is.
they were talking about Trump.
Yeah, I know.
I
They're trying
know.
to talk about Trump, and I'm sorry. There's been maybe 7 to 8 different things that you can really kind of go with Trump against, where a couple of them were kind of funny, where I was even like, I don't even know what he was saying there.
Yeah.
But then
Yeah.
most of the other ones are just kind of taken out of context where he was joking about shit. But I'm sorry, Biden is fucking lost. Like just
No
fucking
idea.
different planet sometimes.
He has no fuck. And for Joe Scarborough to say that the media keeps putting out, like, once again, if someone keeps telling you something, you know it's a lie.
Right.
If they keep telling you, like Blinky keeps saying,
Oh yeah,
this
by the way,
best-
Rich messaged me, so I'm in for tomorrow because he messaged me first. I just looked on Discord. He's like, "You in for tomorrow?"
Yeah.
Yes, I am.
when people keep telling you the same thing over and 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 over again about something, it
either means it's absolutely true, or you better look into it because it's fucking way false. And
Yeah.
usually I go
Yeah.
with number 2 for the beginner.
because you had this one. This one's just like her brain exploded today. Her brain absolutely exploded.
If I may, the president, I noticed, had note cards at the border when he was doing his briefing there. He also had note cards last Friday with the Italian prime
Here
minister.
comes the blinks.
Why does the president rely so heavily on note cards?
You're upset because the president has note cards? You're asking me a question about the president having note cards?
I'm asking why
The
does he rely
president who
so
has
heavily?
had probably
2
one of the
aneurysms?
most successful first 3 years of an administration of any modern day president. He's done more in the first 3 years than
What the fuck
most
did you
presidents who had 2 terms. You're asking me about note cards? I don't. Wait, I'm not speaking to you right now, James. I'm talking to.
Do we remember, first of all, do we remember when Trump was in office? And by the way, who held his own press conferences and came and talked to the media every single time? Do we forget that the entire media animal circus would just jump on? And now all of a sudden, you wait your turn, sir. It's not your turn. I'm not talking to you, sir. You wait your turn. I'm not. The
Hey,
entire time.
remember how
Trump
they
was-
got pissed because they thought Trump had 2 scoops of ice cream instead of 1?
Right? Oh yeah.
Meanwhile, they're eating Joe ice cream like it's fucking going out of style.
Then she just really somehow said, without laughing completely out loud, that he had
the most
one of the most
successful
successful
terms that in 3 years that most presidents hasn't had. I got to play this other video, but let me finish this. Oh my God, dude, I want to hug this dude.
I'm talking to your friend over here, Ed. So thank you so much. But thank you so much for interjecting. Go ahead, Ed.
I was just asking why he relies so heavily.
Ooh, that was a
on the-
Kunte.
I think what's important
type
here and
of
what the American people care
response.
about is how this president is delivering for them. And that's what he's doing. And that's what's the most important thing here.
He ain't
Ooh,
delivering
she's like-
shit.
She's condescending. See you
That's-
next Tuesday. Oh
exactly.
man.
You want to know? Like, it's funny if you watch her from the beginning of her getting in till now. She went from like a I'm gonna lie as hard as I can and pretty much get embarrassed and just keep doing what I gotta do to like now I would just say whatever and I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like but it's like not in the real like classic like I don't give a fuck way where it's like almost respectable. It's like really like you said condescending cunty.
Yeah.
Cuz you know it's a lie.
Dude.
She just you can
This-
tell she just hates it.
No, she doesn't. She thrives on it. She loves this. She loves it. She's one of those people that thrive on the chaos. This video, if you want
Oh yeah.
to know what I guess I don't even know. If you just want to know what really people are fed up with the bullshit. And if you want to see a sheep, here's a sheep for you. I'm not going to play the whole thing. I'm going to play a good portion of it, but watch this guy just turn racist. I'm going to say it. He turns racist. If they want to say, voting for Donald Trump is racist, this guy right here turns racist.
Person would vote for Trump or Biden?
I would say Biden, without a doubt.
Why?
The black vote is 90% for Biden, at least. And he looks very smart. That's why I would say Biden.
Merton.
I mean, show me.
Merton. How you doing, boss?
How you doing? Scott.
So Scott would think that you would vote for Biden.
By the way, he looks like my stepdad, Scott.
90% black vote goes to Biden. Trump is a disaster and does nothing for minorities or the poor.
That's way wrong.
First of all, insinuating that just because he's a minority and poor, that he's going to vote for Biden is racist. I'm sorry.
Except for himself. And are you a Trump supporter?
Yeah, I support Trump because I feel like Trump is more of a real person, and I feel like he relates more to ordinary people. He's not a person being bought out. Like whatever he say is genuinely how he feel.
Oh, I agree with that. But what he says is what drives me crazy.
I'd rather hear somebody say
That's
it.
'cause you're a
and
bitch.
I might not like it, and it's their truth, than to somebody that has been paid to say something and they're not acting on how they really feel.
Well, what about Biden? I believe what he says, and I compare Trump's presidency of 4 years. What did he do for you and me?
He created more jobs.
No, he didn't. Biden created 12 million jobs in the 2.5 years that
No,
he
he
has been
didn't.
president.
Do you know that Trump created over 8 million, and the only reason Biden has created over 12 million is because people came back to work from COVID? So they've actually included those numbers.
Trump did not.
Under Trump White House, unemployment rate fell to a 50-year low, and more Americans were employed than ever before.
That's not true.
So are you telling me that the nationalarchives.gov is not true?
Look at your.
My source is the White House. My source.
This is the White House,
government. Because I've noticed that
is lower than it's ever been in 50 years.
Is that due to inflation being so high that people need to work to their
Inflation
jobs?
is way down.
You know
caused the inflation.
how?
His mishandling of the COVID virus. All he did was a tax cut for the wealthy, and he didn't.
No,
do
he did.
anything.
He actually did the platinum plan for Black.
I got
Americans,
the
and he
well.
put
I
those
got the
things
tax
to
cut, bitch.
HBCU, Black universities.
Not
That's
true.
100% fact.
I want to flip
That's
tables.
100% fact.
You said Biden increased the minimum wage, right?
Yes.
You know that made everything else go up, right?
No. That's a fallacy. You look at the states that have the highest minimum wage, it doesn't make their cost go up.
You know, I grew up in California with the highest minimum wage. Gas prices over $7. The home I grew up in.
Gas prices in California.
Yeah, but not just gas. The grocery prices are up over 75%. I grew up there. I had to move. The price of a home when I was growing up for a 3-bedroom house was $3,000 to $4,000 a month in rent. Now it's over $8,000.
What about all the crimes that Trump has committed?
What crimes?
He's been indicted 4 times.
For what?
He
For
tried
what?
to steal the election from Biden.
No.
Yes, he was.
He hasn't
This
been
is great.
found guilty.
Well,
You an American man. Now listen to what you're saying.
He's innocent until he's proven guilty.
See now what you're saying. He innocent until proven guilty. I could go downtown right now and say you did such and such to me.
Well, if you said I did something to you, it'd be false. I haven't done anything to you.
So Trump can't have that same argument.
No, but you look at all the evidence. It's on
This
the
dude
record.
makes my head want to explode.
Manufactured. Like right now, we having a conversation, right? It's a man with a camera right here. Now I could push you right now, and you could defend yourself. But I got this man with the camera. He could chop it up to make it seem like you hit me first. And I could take that to court. And all you got to do is say, he's lying, he's lying. So, and I got this person right here and this person right here. All I got to do is have them to have my back. And he got the camera. So why you think they wouldn't do that to Trump?
That's not what happened to Trump. Trump has done everything publicly. Trump wants to be a dictator. Do you want a dictator?
He's not a dictator.
Well, he is
He's
a
not
dictator.
a dictator.
Well, he is a
I'm
dictator.
sorry, but he used the DOJ. He weaponized it. Biden's never done
Can I ask you, is the DOJ not weaponized against Trump now with 4 indictments? Is the press not weaponized with 90% of the press against why?
Fox, Newsmax, and OAN. They're weaponized.
That's 3 networks compared to 90.
You see what his son Hunter Biden is doing, right?
All he did was a tax thing.
He's literally putting crack on the camera.
So he didn't throw away a gun
No,
outside
crack.
of a school, or,
Coke
you know,
is-
illegal.
Coke is
Okay.
Different, but crack, coke, same thing.
See, I would agree with you, but it's not. I'm gonna tell you.
Penalties can be different.
And you know who signed
But
the
it's
crack
not.
crime bill?
And Trump even gave felons the right to vote. People don't even know that. If another person was putting crack cocaine on the camera, showing it to the world, wouldn't you want them to be locked up?
I want them to be charged, yeah, if they've committed a crime, yeah.
Like,
Well,
really?
then what about this mother?
Like, if I did that, put crack cocaine on the camera, put a gun on my side, they'll be like, that boy, that nigga boy. Like, that's the truth. We got to live in the reality.
Absolutely.
So why?
But okay, the crimes that Trump has been charged with in 4 different jurisdictions, these aren't all biased prosecutors. We tried to steal the election before he still says it was stolen. Absolutely.
You can
no
believe it's
evidence.
stolen. There's a lot of evidence.
If I wanted to see a man in power do the right thing, I would like to see Biden put Hunter in jail. Not trying to put nobody
Well, it's
in
not
jail.
his job to put in jail.
But he's
That's
doing
not
that to
your
Trump.
job.
You're contradicting yourself.
Because people that in Trump's administration say he would be a dictator. He
it-
would be the worst president.
Do you know what a dictator is?
I absolutely know what a dictator is. Look at Putin.
What about Hitler?
Hitler was a dictator.
And
yeah.
is Trump similar to Hitler?
He's similar to Mussolini.
Trump's never committed genocide. Like, your points make no sense. Trump's
Well,
never
he did
killed
commit
anybody.
Genocide, the way he handled the COVID vaccine and everything.
He made the
To
vaccine.
5 No, he did not make the vaccine.
Operation
It was-
Warp Speed.
Well, it was already been made for 10 or 15 years. before.
So you said earlier that 90% of black people will
No,
vote for
the
Biden.
stat, 90% of
Merton, is that
black people
accurate?
voted for Biden.
No, they won't.
Is Trump a racist?
Yes,
Fuck.
he's not a racist.
Look what he's
How
doing
are
with
you?
the gold
How are you going to
medal.
tell the black person that he's not a racist when you're white, bro? How are you going to say that?
I personally don't feel like he's a racist. I'm a black person. I come from humble beginnings. In my section, they will call it the trenches. I really grew up with people outside shooting people for nothing. Look outside, you see people selling crack. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, that's why I came from. Trump is the only person hanging out with black people.
Kanye West.
And he was with Snoop Dogg, and he was with 50 Cent, and he's best friends with Mike Tyson. Snoop Dogg just came out and said he's voting for Trump. And YG, the guy that made the fuck Donald Trump song, just said that Trump
what the
he
fuck
wants him
is
back.
the,
Lil Pump just got a tattoo of Trump's mugshot.
They put this image out on Trump was a bad
What's
person.
the running
I'm
back?
pro-American. You get what I'm saying?
Oh, we
I want
all.
Herschel Walker?
Herschel Walker, yeah. Like, I'm just like, oh my god, that was the dumbest motherfucker.
He was just regurgitating MSNBC. By the way, Amanda got into the greatest Facebook argument in the world. They called her okay. They called her. They said that her orange Jesus. They said to Amanda, Amanda, who
Orange
is the most
Jesus.
non-political person out there who doesn't give a fuck. It's like, and she's like, I was like, you can't argue with these people because no matter what, if you're trying to make a point, like she doesn't care about politics. She doesn't care about, Trump. She doesn't care about Biden. She doesn't care about any of them. She just wants to keep her money and she wants to be able to do what she wants to do. And the lady went off about how Trump is a criminal and Trump has indictments and all this. And Amanda's just like, Where's the proof? Oh, you're Orange Jesus. Amanda has not been able to get off Orange Jesus since yesterday.
I'm gonna have to make a mock account called Orange Jesus now, and it's gonna be fucking Trump with like a fucking.
But these that's
Jesus off.
She goes. I wonder what kind of cookies they serve at your cult, because they must be delicious. And I said to her, you should go back to her and go, yeah, I guarantee the cookies are made with Nancy Pelosi's pubic hair, because it is just. I don't get it. I don't get
Dude,
it.
I'm the same. Yeah, I know.
No matter
I'm
what you say, you could be the most apolitical person in the world. You say Trump is not as bad as you think, and it will be your Orange Jesus. You support criminals. You're a criminal. You want Trump to be the fucking dictator, and it's like, I'm just telling you that what you're saying doesn't make any sense.
There's a side on Trump's side too, to where it's like people that say "Daddy Trump," or it's all right, you're fucking weird. Stop doing that. He's a piece of shit in ways too.
Yeah,
but like. With the whole like when they do that with the other side, like it really is pretty much a total fucking that derangement syndrome cult aspect, because you can't even say anything good about him. Even like with me, the whole tax cut deal. I'm not rich by any means. Probably about 50 grand a year. I got the tax cut. Yeah. So does that debunk your whole fucking for the rich cut thing yet?
They don't care. They whatever is parroted on MSNBC, on CNN, on all these news programs.
Well,
by the way,
the statistics are 10,000 and above got the cut. By the way, so
it's been proven that the people who are independent to Republican will usually not listen to news programs.
Mm-hmm.
The people who are hardcore right will watch Fox News and all that hardcore, and then anybody to the left will watch CNN, MSNBC, and all the mainstream media, and will not go and do any research or a look at any independent stuff. They won't. They will just parrot, and it's a cult. It is an entire cult. And if you can't see it, then you know what? Then you're part of the problem, and either you're part of the problem or you're just a grifter.
Well, I say that too with a lot of the establishment. I think the establishment itself is a cult.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because a lot of them can't see past it, like especially with a little bit of not an argument, but like a back and forth I had going with this dude about taxes, because I put some on TikTok about saying fuck taxes, and they're like, I'd pay more fucking roads, but it's fucking hilarious that we're $33 million in Tread, homeboy, and you want to act like our money is going to what the fuck you think it's going toward. You're talking about roads, bitch. What the fuck are you talking about?
By the way, I just want to say congratulations to Spike. Spike, if anybody didn't know, our buddy Spike Unplugged was in rehab for a month, and he's out. He should be out today. But yeah, his new whole thing right now is taxation is theft. He's finally on board with the yeah. Well, I mean, now he's making more and more of it, more and more about it. So,
I don't know. Good for him. I'm glad that he's out of there, but I still have many problems with shit he says.
Well, listen,
but I love the dude. I mean, no hate to him, but look, I'm not going to listen to my kid when they tell me that he wants to be a girl when he's a boy. So fuck with that, but nonetheless, I still love you, Spike. I'm glad you're doing well.
Let me say this: he was on meth.
No, yeah, yeah. I'm sure he probably was. I mean, he acted in that way.
Was on meth.
I'm not very surprised, but no, it's good he's off.
Yeah, he's clean. He's getting clean and getting help. So
good. I'm glad he is.
Say congratulations, and that's amazing. And can't wait to see the new Spike. And by the way, did somebody make fake accounts? Because we've been over 20 almost the entire time.
No, that's Twitter analytics. It's stupid. Go look on our Twitter account. Go look on Business Party, and you'll see the views, and that's what's showing up. I just noticed that a while ago. Yeah.
So it's just people who've viewed us for a minute and then left.
Pretty much, yeah. I don't know why it's doing that. But I noticed that a while ago, and I was like, I don't understand why that's happening, but whatever.
I was excited. I thought we had like 20 people in here the entire time.
Yeah, I know. I was like, fuck yeah.
Yeah. It was 11. It was at 11 at first. I'm like, cool, 11
yeah,
people.
No, I found that out about 40 minutes in. I was looking back and forth. I was like, why does it keep? What is? Oh, that's the
But
only thing that makes
and
sense.
then it was like nobody's commenting. Like, what happened? Like, we got 17 people in here, not a comment, and I was like, oh, pretty fucking cool. And then now I'm just like,
why are you all just creeping and not?
Yeah, why are you all just staring at us like we're not zoo animals? You animals, say something.
I'm sorry, I'm getting tired.
Yeah, I know. We got it. We're almost at 2 hours.
Yes.
But, yeah. So thank you for joining us, Mama J. Where could you be found?
You can find me on Twitter, X, whatever, at Suburban Mama 1, Suburban Mama the number 1. You can find me there. You can find me, Davey, every-ish Sunday. Because this Sunday I can't. We'll talk about it later. I may be able to, and maybe not. I don't know. But you can find us on Rumble at Weekend Hangover as well as because we do our Weekend Hangover show, where it's not really politics. It's basically just, what is it? Pop culture.
Yeah,
documentaries. We talk. I am so into the Housewives and different type of reality shows, and we go through different things like that just to break up the craziness of the political world and things like that. So you can find us there on Sundays at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Pacific. Yep.
By the way, that clip that I put up of us talking about that subject did pretty well on TikTok.
What subject?
The hammer tissue. Remember we were talking about when you do need a hammer or a tissue when you're complaining about
stuff? Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
It did pretty well on TikTok, and a bunch of people have reached out and said, I got to check it out. And I was like, well, yeah, you should. They're pretty good. Yeah.
Welcome to therapy. Sometimes it's a therapy session.
Welcome to Therapy Sundays. But yeah, so you can also find me at MW Troublemaker on Twitter, and you can find me on TikTok at Business Party Davey or Troublemaker Davey. I will be gaming on Business Party Davey, and you could find me tomorrow with the rest of us. We will be covering the State of the Union tomorrow with the wonderful president. Gonna talk to everybody, and let's see what happens. I'm strapped in and ready for it. You could also find that'll be on off label tomorrow, and then we will I'm gonna try to broadcast it on this channel also, so that way everybody can see. And then Sundays also. The weekend of March 16th, that week, I will not be here that Wednesday because I will be on assignment, and an actual assignment. I will be going to Clearwater to see Bill Dotson and Andrew Jameson perform, and I will be doing a podcast from there. I'm going to try to do a remote for us from Clearwater, Florida, sometime that week. I will let everybody know what day I'm going to actually do it. I'm trying to do it Sunday at the venue is what I'm trying to do. I got to see the logistics about it, but yeah, I'm trying to see how we can get this party on the road, because I really want to start getting out there and doing some shit. It's gonna be it'll be fun. But yeah, I will be. It's St. Patty's Day weekend. Be in Clearwater, Florida.
Right on. And you can catch me at wherever. Well, I will see you next Wednesday.
Love y'all.
Well, off label tomorrow. Yes, I will definitely be on there with you all tomorrow for the State of the Union, talking some shit and whatever else. And hopefully maybe we get a second day going here soon. Who knows? Possibly. But catch me at Stabbing Like OJ for gaming. STABIN LIKE Stabbing Like OJ.
How do you spell OJ?
I don't know. OJ. Yeah, but catch me there, and beyond that, we will see you next Wednesday. Love y'all, and hope y'all have a good night.